I don't think Leinster understand how precarious their position is at the moment in terms of like they're going back to the RDS, the new RDS. They want to sell a lot of season tickets. They want to make that new stadium a success. I really do think since the Geordie Barr Northampton defeat, there's been a disengagement with between the team and the supporters. The crowds are reflective of that. Like 2 years ago was kind of a high point when they went back to Croke Park for the first time, 82,000 at Northampton, another 82 later on in 2024 against Munster. I think from that Northampton game on, there's been a disengagement. I expect a very small crowd to be there this weekend. And like to Cullen point about like putting players into the Ireland team, like the idea that another coach would come in and like that wouldn't still be the case, I think is fanciful. I think there's plenty of coaches who could maintain Leinster's position as the bulk supplier. A lot of people mention like how many kind of home playoff games Leinster have gotten under Leo Cullen's watch. But again, like the idea that another coach couldn't come in and do that and potentially better that, I don't really buy either. Like I think it's a very
like
it's a very cautious and safe approach to say, oh, like if we get rid of Leo Cullen and get another coach in, oh, what if we don't do as well as he's done? Okay, that's a possibility. But Jesus, if that's some your outlook, you'll never make any big decisions or make any big calls.
I just think at times, like, and we've probably reached a point, but in the past when there's been calls for his head, like, you be careful what you wish for. I mean, you could have a Matt O'Connor situation all over again where it takes so much time to rebuild all the good work that had been done. And I don't think it's something that we should gloss over, that the amount of Ireland internationals that he's proved, because it is a difficult job to keep that many people happy within Leinster.
Is there a bit of that though, Cian? Just on that point, like, is there a bit of like Munster really, like, there's been a bit of a drop off in the other provinces over the last couple of years. Now, I think there's a little bit of a resurgence in terms of some of the young talent coming through, and actually in all the provinces. In the last year, I've actually seen a few guys who are going, okay, I'm seeing a bit of that. It feels like it's closer to say some of Leinster's talent pool. But there was a couple of years where Leinster were like you couldn't see. There was 22 or whatever in a squad of 35 or maybe even more of Leinster guys, that kind of way. It was ridiculous. But I think that I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of that story is to do with how the other provinces have been performing and bringing through talent over the last couple of years. So I don't think it's all. I'm not sure he can claim that it's all that. And sorry, obviously this is a friend of mine. So this is like really difficult for me to be even talking about. But I'm not sure that all that part is all the credit, or he deserves all the credit for that part. I'm not sure about that.
And what would you do, Luke?
I really don't know, Cian. I'm really stuck on it. I don't know who's available. I see some Scott Robertson talk, and he's obviously was unbelievable for a long period of time with the Crusaders. Seems like a guy, obviously not a great job in New Zealand, but maybe that's an option. I don't know, and I don't know if getting rid of Leo is the right thing, but I certainly know that he's tried to change everything else. So I don't know. And to me, look, the one thing I don't like, and I would say this to Leo's face, is I really never like this party line about getting to the finals. Really hate that. Really feels like it's a cop out. And whether it feels like whether he's come up with that line or whether it's someone on the communications team, that does not sit well with me, does not sit well with any of my former colleagues either. And I'm sure it doesn't sit well with Leinster supporters either. Like you got to be going to win. Like it's win at all costs. Like, to me, it's almost like it's a get out for you. Oh, we made it to the final. Well done us. That is not. You may as well go out in the you may as well go out in the group stages for me and save yourself for the league. But I admire. Look, there is a part of it that's true in terms of the consistency of being at the top table. That is true. But you have to say you're incredibly disappointed to not win, and you're only going to win. Like that's got to be your barometer of success. The consistency is very good, but you're always going to be judged in Leinster on your medals, and that's a really harsh reality. But that's the harsh reality of top level sports, guys. That's the harsh reality. Like I that has never sat really well with me, and I would say that to his face. I look, of course, I sent the commiseration text, so I don't want to be two-faced or anything like that. That must have really hurt in the weekend, even if whatever the party line was, or there was some kind of unusual interviews after, whatever it was, that will have really hurt. Like, Leo's a winner. Like, so I know the guy. So that's why that line has never sat well with me. He should have just said, no, guys, we've got to be honest here. We're gutted. We're going to reassess everything. We're going to try and say the usual lines. But that's what you should be feeling. you should be really hurt. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, it's great to get to the final. That's never, you're never going to win anything there. And that'll seep into the player's mindset
And
too.
it did. I remember myself. I saw quotes from Gary Ringrose in the build up that he kind of referred to like that kind of thing. I don't have the quotes in front of me, so I don't want to misrepresent it, but it was that kind of theme. And even Leinster sent a press release. Cian, you might have got this. They put up like a kind of a 1 minute kind of promo video and a really long press release accompanying it, where like really talked about the achievement of getting back to the final stage. It feels like it was like a kind of a club wide edict to kind of talk up how great it was to get back to the final, even though, as we mentioned, they got a very, very soft draw and avoided all the big teams. It was kind of it was like a full court press to like try to convince everyone that just getting to the final was enough. Where I don't think it was, especially when you perform like that. If they had gone out and played in a similar manner to the Toulouse and La Rochelle games, where they were very, very close and they were beaten by a very good Bordeaux team, it would be one thing. But to make that the narrative and then get absolutely humiliated in the first half and be 28 points down, the worst first half scoreline in the history of the Champions Cup final, is another matter.
It definitely was a club thing, because you're right, Will. Like, they sent out that press release, but it hasn't helped in that regard, which is important because, like, you know, the public face of Leinster, in that they haven't had a media manager for most of the season since Marcus Obukla left and went to Dublin GEA, and like that's not ideal. Like, it's a bit kind of behind the scenes, and maybe supporters don't realize how important it is. But to have someone experienced in there to be able to help control the narrative is important. But just a quick point in terms of what happens next. I was in Bilbao Airport on Sunday morning on the way home, and the Bordeaux team all walked in and got clapped in. But I bumped into Noel McNamara, who obviously we haven't mentioned, like, what a job he's doing over there with their attack. But I had a really good chat with him anyway in the airport on Sunday morning. And after he headed off to go back to Bordeaux to continue the celebrations, this Leinster fan came up to me and just went, "Please tell me you were convincing him to come back to Leinster now. I know he's contracted till 2029, but please tell me that's what that long chat you were having him was about." And I think that Leinster fan would speak for a lot of Leinster fans. I think he's contracted till 29, but I think a guy like Noel McNamara would be a really good fit, if not now, then in the next couple of years.
For me, it's a natural time for a new era. Like, they're going into the new RDS. There'll be a lot of positivity. Like, Scott Robertson is available. He's had a lot of success at club level. Joe Schmidt is leaving Australia in the summer. He's very familiar with Ireland, had a lot of time in Ireland. Like, if they announced that Joe Schmidt was coming back to be the Leinster head coach going into the RDS, I definitely think that would get a lot of people energized.
He's also the best coach in the world.
Yeah, so it helps the fact that he's a very good coach, and I think he's done a good job with Australia. And the results haven't been quite as good as I think. Maybe I feel like they've been maybe a little unluckier in some instances. Like, I think this is the natural time to make this a new era, going into the new stadium. Like, those season tickets aren't going to sell themselves, I don't think. And I'll be fascinated to see how this season ends. Obviously, there's still moving parts to this campaign. If they don't win the URC, it might make that decision more straightforward. If they do win the URC, they can point to, we won the URC and we got to a Champions Cup final. It's been a great year. But I think anyone who's watched the team this year, week in, week out, as I'm sure we all have here, no, this has not been a good season. They have not been at their best.